Hey everybody, it's Savannah Taylor, the Gardenista, your kitchen garden coach. And as promised, today I'm going to show you how to grow your lettuce in soil. Now, if you've watched my previous videos, I did show you the process of how to take your store-bought lettuce and place it in water to regrow in water. And as you can see, it's done very, very well. But if you really want it to take off, there is a way to do that, and you have to put it in soil where it can get more nutrients. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, and if you haven't seen my previous video on how to get your store-bought romaine lettuce this far, just be sure to go back to my previous videos. I've gone ahead and I put a link down at the bottom to that video, but I just want to show you guys something. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to come up close to show this off. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So look at this, and now look at, isn't that awesome? Look at all those gorgeous roots. I hope you guys can see it. I hope I'm getting it in the camera, but isn't that gorgeous? Okay, I think I got it in the camera right there. Look at all those beautiful, gorgeous roots from this store-bought romaine lettuce. I'm going to go ahead, like I said, I'm going to show you how to put it in soil. So with these gorgeous roots, I just really wanted to take an opportunity to show you guys that, you know, the lettuce, when you put the lettuce in water, it's only going to get so tall. You really do have to take that next step to put it in the soil if you want it to take off. And in my previous video, I do show you some photos of how they are just growing beautifully out on my patio. And that's one of the great things, you guys, about kitchen gardening. You don't need a lot of space. You don't need an elaborate setup. And I say that all the time. Kitchen gardening is for everybody. And it really should be for everybody with the way prices are. Because I'm telling you, I don't know where you are in the world, but here in California, romaine lettuce is I think it's over $3 a bunch, a head rather, in a lot of different stores. So, you know, it's worth it. If you can stretch your dollar, stretch your dollar. So I have some soil here. Now I already have, let me just take a minute to show you guys something. I already have some soil in these pots. And if you haven't gotten these pots yet, you guys, you are missing out. These pots are perfect for new gardeners. And I love them especially because they have these little indicator things on the side. So you don't have to guess if it's low on water or if it has enough water. It'll tell you right here. And then they have a little hole right here where you just fill it up with water and you set it and forget it, honey. I'm telling you, these pots, and you can keep these indoors, outdoors. So here in California, yes, it's springtime, but the weather is still a little bit much. So for those of you who are in other parts of the country, other parts of the world where the weather, you know, these are great for indoor gardening if you can't really put your plants outside just yet because of snow and wind and, you know, whatnot. So there's already a little bit of soil in here. So I'm going to go ahead and add these to my pot. Okay. And you just want to set it in there. Now, actually, I'm going to add a little bit more soil because we want to actually have it just cover this top area right here. We want the soil to cover this top area. Okay. So I'm going to put it in there. All right. So again, this is an awesome. If you are a new gardener, and actually, let me get this one in here. If you are a new gardener, I'm telling you, indoor gardening is such a fantastic new way to start and get your confidence up, because to be honest, this is really just, and I say it all the time, dig this a little deeper. I say it all the time. This is really just low budget hydroponics. And I also shared before how, you know, regrowing kitchen scraps, which is what this is. We're regrowing kitchen scraps. it is still a little bit of a new thing for me. I just started doing it uh, within the past year. And I'm telling you, one thing led to another, and I got all excited and I said, "Ooh, what else can we do?" And then if you have kids, it's also a lot of fun for them, letting them see stuff because we all like to see things grow fast. Okay, let's just be real. It's nice to have those things that take a while to grow and they take a while to fruit. And, it takes a little bit. But when you're new to gardening, sometimes you just want to really get your confidence up and you just kind of want to see the fruit of your labor a little faster. And growing kitchen scraps, I mean, not only are you doubling, tripling, quadrupling, and in some cases, like with scallion onions, and I have a video for that as well. I'm on I think I've cut those onions at least 6 or 7 times by now. And they seem to be coming back stronger, taller, thicker, more luscious, and they smell so good, you guys. Oh, again, I'll put a link to regrowing your onions down in the bottom as well. Because if you cook with onions like I do, because I love onions, any kind of onions, bulb onions, green onions, any kind of onions, I love them. So I have a video to that as well. And I also, in that video, I show you how to regrow both scallion onions and a yellow onion or a brown onion or what have you. And you can do it with a purple onion, any kind of onion. So, but back to the lettuce here. Okay, so this looks really good. I've covered that top part, as I said. And in these pots, I just want to make sure, where's my hole? Don't want to cover up my hole. And if a little dirt gets in there, it's okay. These pots come 3 in a pack, very inexpensive, reusable. I use them for all kinds of stuff. In a previous video, I put in radishes, which are already sprouting, you guys. I think it was within the last 4 days. Radishes grow very quickly as well if you want something quick to grow. I did carrots in these pots. I did little finger carrots. These pots are unbelievable. Just so the best, I'm telling you. I've used a lot of little indoor gardening pots, but these little things right here, I love them. And they're not really, they're big enough. If I really wanted to, I probably could have squeezed in another lettuce head in here. Okay. And these grow straight up. Okay. They grow straight up, and again, it'll be perfect to grow indoors. Now, let me check my water because I already showed you guys what it was. But there's plenty of water, but I can add a little more. And you know what? I can just take the water that's in here, pour it in that little hole. It's just that simple. Ooh, I know I'm spilling it, but it's okay. And it's as simple as that. Okay. And another thing, hold on, I need to get my spray bottle. I want to show you guys because when you want to moisten your soil on the top, which is also important because remember, these have been in water for days. So they are really used to being surrounded by a lot of moisture. So they're going to get the moisture from the bottom, but I also want to mist the top. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back with my water bottle, and this is not just any type of spray bottle. In the past, I used to use just a regular, 99-cent spray bottle and spray my seeds, spray my plants. But this is so much better because look, you guys know I get a kick out of that if you've watched a previous video. I know I'm crazy, y'all, but watch. It keeps spraying. See? I love it, right? And so the reason why I recommend these spray bottles is because when you are when you're watering your new seedlings, your new plants, you don't want to run it under the faucet, okay? And you definitely don't want to take a garden hose and spray, even if you're doing it from the bottom. And the reason is because if you have new seeds that you've just planted, they'll get all shifted around and displaced, and you're going to have an issue with your germination. You want to put, if you're outside and you're using a garden hose, you want to get a garden hose that you can put on mist. Okay. And they've got a lot of, I have an inexpensive nozzle in my Amazon store, a link down below where you can get a nozzle, which will give you those choices. You want misting as an option. But for your indoor, of course, can't bring your hose inside. But for indoor, these little spray bottles, I think somebody said they use them as a hairspray bottle, but I don't really know of any hairspray that you would buy to transfer into the, anyway. But these are great for indoors and for misting your plants. I use this all over the house, you guys, for everything. And see, I'm just misting it really, really good because like I said, the water is going to come up from the bottom as well, but I want to help the soil on top and keep these really, really moist because like I said, they're coming from this watery environment to a soil environment. And it kind of, for the lack of a better way to put it, lessens the shock. Okay. Because they're going to do well. They're going to do even better in this soil. But it's going to take a minute for them to adjust and be like, oh, okay, we're in soil. All right. So I think that's done pretty good. So now just a little tip about your soil. For those of you who are watching this, come to this channel for the first time, welcome, by the way. But the soil that I highly recommend, even if you have outdoor plants, I highly recommend making sure that your soil says indoor. Sometimes it may say just indoor, or it may say indoor, outdoor. That's fine, as long as indoor is on there. Because if you bring outdoor soil that's made to use outdoors inside, you're going to get gnats, and you don't want that. Especially with springtime here, we're already going to be dealing with mosquitoes and whatnot. So we want to lessen flying insects in the house. Now, being that it is springtime, you are going to get some irritants, and that's whether you have plants or not. Reason why I'm bringing that up is I highly recommend the Zevo flying insect catcher. That's also in my Amazon store. If you have an issue with mosquitoes during spring and summer, because baby, oh my gosh, last summer they were vicious. Oh, they were so disrespectful, the mosquitoes. But that Zevo flying insect catcher is the bomb. All right. I highly recommend it. I love it. We've tried a whole bunch of different flying insect catchers, but that Zevo is the bomb. I have one in the kitchen. I have one downstairs, upstairs, and it I'm telling you, works wonderfully. So that's great. So again, here is our planted store-bought lettuce. And now, if you really want to take it to another notch, another little watering tip is if you cook rice, okay, if you're not on keto, okay, we eat a lot of rice. But if you cook rice, when you rinse it, that rinse water off of the rice, plants love it. I'm going to do another video on some really great cheap fertilizers that plants just love. I have house plants around here where all I use is rinsed off rice water or bananas, peeled banana peels that have been sitting in water. Those two things, man, oh man, oh man, I'm telling you, that's a whole other video. But for right now, if you want to take the health of your vegetation and your whatever you're growing to another level, they love that rinsed off rice water, and they love water where a banana peel has been sitting in there for a couple days. So just a little tip. And again, I'll go into that into another video, but you can use that to, pour into your plants or, put into your water bottle. Now, if you're going to do that, I would recommend getting a separate spray bottle so that you have a rice water bottle and a clear, because sometimes you just want to have clear water. But that's pretty much it, you guys. If you haven't done so already, be sure to check out my Amazon store because springtime is here. Get your pots, get your soil, get your supplies. These I highly recommend. Also, I love these mason jars. And in the next video, I think sometime this week, I'm going to show you guys how to do salad in a jar. Okay. You after all this work and all this money that you spent in the first place, you want to make sure to make it preserve your produce for as long as possible. And these mason jars, glass mason jars, also in my Amazon store, there is something about putting your fruits and vegetables in glass jars. And you can, I use the bigger ones. There's bigger mason jars that I put them in. And I'm telling you, it keeps your lettuce and your fruits and whatever for way longer than if you just keep it in the plastic bag in the vegetable drawer in your refrigerator. I've gone for as long as I think I made one time. I over prepped. I made a whole bunch of salads in a jar, and I made about, oh gosh, maybe a little over 2 weeks worth, and they were fine. They were fine. I think the longest I kept it as an experiment was on that very 21st day. It did, start turning or whatever, and I had to put it in my compost. But hey, 2 weeks and plus a few days change. I'm telling you, it's worth it. So get your supplies, get your pots, get your soil, get everything all available in my Amazon store at no extra cost to you. I do get a small commission when you shop my Amazon store. So I thank you for your support. And with that, this is why kitchen gardens matter. Saving you money, getting more nutrition for your family, for you, for your household. This is it, you guys. There's just nothing better. So again, if you have any questions, be sure to hit me down below with your comments and questions. I welcome them, and I will see you all next time when we grow something else. Bye.